Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make wavy vocal chop melodies for virtual beats. In fact, how to make your own vocal chops from scratch. So I'm gonna try to spill all the sauce in this video. I feel like this virtual wave is getting bigger and bigger, but like a lot of the melodies that I hear sound really similar and not really creative. So in today's video, I'm gonna just break down some cool things you can do with your melodies to stand out. And before we get started, you already know, go follow me on social media at inquires. Tap in with me, but let's lock in. All right, so you guys know I've been on the outer space wave recently, so that's why I called the project Milky Way. But let me play you guys a preview so you get the vibe. I'm not playing around when I say it's extremely wavy. This melody might be wave overload, that's why we're in outer space, because the tides are too high. So yeah, I'm gonna try to show you guys how to make those vocal chops you heard, which is actually my voice. It's not like arcade or some shit like that. Before I show you guys the vocal chops, I'm gonna just break down all the melody layers. So I just started with Serum and I played these chords. So pretty much the chords go like this. So I kind of took that and sauced it up, added some top notes. And as you can see, I added some pluck rolls. It's almost like a hi-hat except with the pluck. And this is what it sounds like. So with the top notes, you can see I emphasize different beats. That's what makes it really bouncy. And then I applied some effects, mainly halftime, and the rest is just like EQ and stuff. And this is what it sounds like after. All right, so now we have a crazy good like foundation for the rest of the melody. And then what we're gonna do next is just add little textures and stuff to highlight certain parts of that. So then I added this pad from Super JV, and this is what the pad sounds like. So as you can see, the pad is not super audible, but it does add a really cool texture, especially that water kind of sound that's overlaid with it. Sounds really cool. When you're layering things, you want to make sure the new layer is not like too harsh. It just adds a like slight little texture on top of your melody. You want to build things slowly, not one sound just like overwhelm everything else, So then next I added this lead from Triton playing this melody. It's not really like a background texture, but more of like a really center melody. So this melody, for example, is really cool for like pre-choruses and stuff like that, just to build it up. So then during the hook, it's more empty for the vocalist to, go crazy. And as you can see here, a lot of the notes are like overlapping, which is because this instrument like slides around. Instead of every note being super staccato, it's cooler to have it like slide around because it makes a really like wavy pattern. So next I wanted to add a different lead that's more in the background. It's more of like a chill melody. And I chose this sound from SME, which is from Arturia, called Noise Winds. So in terms of the notes, it's not really too complicated. It just kind of follows the chords. But as you can see, I did this staircase kind of pattern where like the second notes are just very short, which adds a really cool bounce to it, as you can hear. Like da da da, you know what I'm saying? Like if I actually change these to be longer, it'll sound way like different, not as cool. It doesn't flow as good. It's not as bouncy. Next time you're making melodies, definitely pay attention to your note lengths because that's really important. All right, so the last layer I feel like is the most important because right now, the main melody is cool. It's really nice, like lush chords, very dreamy, very atmospheric, but that's the problem. It's like a little too atmospheric. It doesn't really have a punch to it, which like virtual beats, you really need the punch in the melody because the melody has to be like super bouncy. So what I just decided to do is add this mallet part to add really super bouncy chords. And then I put Valhalla delay on an 8th note setting, and this delay really adds a lot more bounce to it. Gotta take a little Voss break, you know. All right, that's hard. All right, so then basically after I had all the melodies, I just decided to record my voice, you know, singing some melodies and stuff. So this is the first take that I did, completely dry. So then what I did is pitch that up 12 semitones, and this is what you get after. And then for this next take, I just took it and like stretched it like that to make it like faster. And this is what it sounds like. As you can see, like, it already sounds pretty crazy, but obviously it's just kind of too messy to be like cool vocal chops. So then for the effects, as you can see, I have two different mixer tracks for the vocals, which is basically I took this slower one and then the fast one and put like slightly different effects on them just to make it, you know, more juiced up. You know, you can't be lacking on the juice. So obviously, you know, auto tune. And what I did for the second one is just slightly format shift it up a little bit so it sounds more kind of like chipmunky. So like after the effects, this is basically what it sounds like. And then the second one is also as wavy. So for the first one, I put Valhalla delay on it with the digital setting just to add more depth to it with the delay. And then for the second vocal chops, I used Echo Boy, which is another cool delay plugin. So for the regular effect, I obviously have all the lows cut out with the EQ. And then you definitely got to compress it heavily because the vocals like have to be really squashed kind of. So then basically, as you can see, next what I did is I took all the cool parts that I liked and chopped them up into these like kind of patterns. And this is what it sounds like. So this is the very fun part. Basically in this step, I just take out all the consonants and cut them out because you don't want any harsh sounds in there like a t or p. And then as you can see, it still sounds harsh because the cuts that I did are very harsh. So what I do is I just go up here and do automate and then volume. But basically what you do is make it so the attack is like longer. So it just comes in a little bit smoother instead of just coming, you know, straight up. But after that step, it's all about, you know, messing around with the effects to glue it together. All right, so then to make the vocal chops a little bit more glued together, I added this accent layer. What I did is basically run the vocals through Portal through this unstable setting. So then after polishing everything and adding that Portal layer, this is what the vocal chops sound like. You know, really wavy out of here, you know, out of this dimension type wavy vocal chops. So next, you know, I decided to keep the wave going. The tsunami wasn't enough. So basically I just took this, cloned it, and then doubled it in speed just to make it like twice as fast and put it in this different section like this. And I just basically filter that out with like an EQ to make it really in the background. And then I put this cool plugin called Finisher Micro, which is actually a free plugin, has some cool presets. So then this is what it sounds like after. Alright, so that's pretty much all the layers that I did, and as you can see, the rest is just automation and kind of making everything fit together and just arrangement. But yeah, this melody was so fun to make that I actually got lost in it, like lost in the sauce. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys thought this video was helpful, if you learned a lot, please give it a like, comment below what you thought of it, and please subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.